Welcome to this lesson on linear inequalities in two variables. Before we work in two dimensions, let's think about a simple inequality involving just one variable. In one dimension, we can represent solutions on a number line. But when we have two variables, such as x and y, our solutions are no longer just points along a line. Instead, we work on a coordinate plane, where every point represents an ordered pair, x, y. So we're moving from a one-dimensional solution space to a two-dimensional solution space, and that's where graphing linear inequalities becomes really interesting.
A linear inequality in two variables can be written in a general form, such as ax plus by is less than c. The inequality sign can also be greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. For example, we might have y is greater than 2, x is less than or equal to 4, or y is less than x plus 1. Each of these inequalities creates a boundary in the coordinate plane. The boundary might be horizontal, vertical, or slanted.
Our goal is to determine which part of the coordinate plane contains the solutions. Let's see what a solution actually means. Consider the inequality. Y is greater than 2. A point is a solution if its y-coordinate is greater than 2. For example, the point 1, 3 is a solution because 3 is greater than 2. The point 4, 5 is also a solution, and negative 2, 4 works as well. But 2, 1 does not work, because 1 is not greater than 2. Likewise, 0, negative 1 is not a solution. Notice something important. In two variables, the solutions are not just a few individual points. There are infinitely many points that can satisfy the inequality. Together, these points form a region.
One of the most important rules in graphing inequalities is knowing whether to use a dashed or solid boundary line. If the inequality is strict, using less than or greater than, the boundary itself is not included, so we use a dashed line. For example, if we have y greater than 2, the line y equals 2 is dashed. But if the inequality includes less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to, the boundary is included. In that case, we use a solid line. So remember, less than or greater than means dashed, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to means solid. This simple rule will save you from many common mistakes.
Let's start with two simple examples. First, y is greater than 2. The boundary is y equals 2. Because the inequality is strict, we draw a dashed horizontal line. But we're not finished. The inequality says y is greater than 2. So we shade the region above the line. Now let's look at x is less than or equal to 4. The boundary is x equals 4. This time, the line is solid because the boundary is included. Since x is less than or equal to 4, we shade the region to the left of the line. So the process is always the same. Find the boundary, decide whether it is dashed or solid, and then determine which side contains the solutions.
Now, let's move to a slanted boundary. Consider y is less than x plus 1. First, temporarily replace the inequality sign with an equal sign. Our boundary equation becomes y equals x plus 1. Because the original inequality uses less than, the boundary must be dashed. Next, we need to determine which side to shade. Since the inequality says y is less than x plus 1, the solutions are below the line. So, we shade the region below the dashed boundary. Our three key steps are: first, find the boundary. Second, use a dashed line because the inequality is strict. Third, shade below because the inequality says y is less than the boundary expression.
Sometimes it isn't obvious which side of a line should be shaded. That's when the test point method becomes extremely useful. Consider 2x plus 3y is less than or equal to 6. First, replace the inequality sign with an equal sign. This gives us the boundary 2x plus 3y equals 6. Now choose a test point. A convenient point is the origin, 0, 0. Substitute x equals 0 and y equals 0 into the original inequality. We get 2 times 0 plus 3 times 0 is less than or equal to 6. That simplifies to 0 is less than or equal to 6. This statement is true. Therefore, the region containing the point 0, 0 is the solution region. So we shade that side of the boundary. The important idea is this. Choose a test point, substitute its coordinates into the original inequality, and check whether the statement is true or false. If it is true, shade the side containing the test point. If it is false, shade the opposite side.
There is one important situation to watch out for. Consider y is greater than 2x. The boundary is y equals 2x. Notice that the point 0, 0 lies directly on this line. That means we cannot use 0, 0 as our test point. Instead, choose another point that is not on the boundary. For example, let's use 1, 0. Substitute it into the inequality. We get 0 is greater than 2 times 1. So, 0 is greater than 2. That statement is false. Therefore, the side containing 1, 0 is not the solution side. We shade the opposite side. So remember, if your chosen test point lies directly on the boundary, choose a different point.
Now let's take things one step further. Sometimes we have two or more inequalities that must be satisfied at the same time. This is called a system of linear inequalities.
For example, y is greater than or equal to negative 1/2 x plus 2, and x is less than 3. First, we graph the first inequality. Because it uses greater than or equal to, we draw a solid line and shade the appropriate region. Next, we graph x less than 3. Because it uses less than, we draw a dashed vertical line and shade to the left. But here's the important part. We need points that satisfy both inequalities simultaneously. That means we look for the region where the two shaded regions overlap. This overlapping region is called the intersection region, and it represents the solution set of the system. Now it's your turn. Let's test what you've learned. Question 1. Which line type and shading represents y is less than or equal to negative x plus 3?
Think carefully. Is the line dashed or solid? And should we shade above or below?
The correct answer is B. Solid line shaded below. Why? Because the inequality includes the equal sign, so the boundary is solid. And because y is less than the expression, we shade below the line. Let's try another one. Question 2. Which point satisfies both? Y is greater than 2x and x is greater than or equal to -1. You have 10 seconds. Check each point carefully. The correct answer is C. -1, 2. Let's verify it. For -1, 2, 2 is greater than 2 times -1, which is -2. That's true. And x equals -1 satisfies x greater than or equal to -1. So this point satisfies both inequalities. Great job!
Let's finish by reviewing the 4 essential steps. Step 1. Replace the inequality sign with an equal sign to find the boundary line. Step 2. Decide whether the boundary should be dashed or solid. Use a dashed line for less than or greater than. Use a solid line for less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. Step 3. Choose a test point, such as 0, 0, or another point if the origin lies on the boundary. Substitute the point into the original inequality. And step 4, shade the side where the inequality is true. And when you're working with a system of inequalities, look for the overlap between the solution regions. So remember, boundary, line type, test point, shade the true region. Master these 4 steps and you'll be able to graph a wide range of linear inequalities in 2 variables. Thanks for learning with me at MindMinders Academy, and keep practicing.
In the midnight glow where the stars align, we lose ourselves in the rhythm divine. Underneath the sky painted with dreams, we're chasing the echoes of silent screams. Caught